That's pretty deep. It sounds like Pesci and JFK. It's an enigma tied up in a riddle.
I don't know. I butcher so many quotes. I don't know who.
What did it
Ishmael
refer to?
Reed's quote, if you're going to call me a conspiracy theorist, you have to acknowledge yourself as a coincidence theorist. And again, that's even another word. Conspiracy is just two or more people getting together to do something that's not supposed to be right. And I tell, even in the class, I say, if I go to the club and my man is working the door, nod, nod, wink, wink, you know. And that's a conspiracy. When I was bartending and then people came to the bar for my birthday, I had 30 people lined up at the bar for my birthday, and the bar tab at the end of the night was $20. Not wink wink, and then my boss counted the check. Was like, okay, bye. But basically it was like, like she knows she caught the conspiracy, but it's just a conspiracy. So why would we think it would be different if I become president and my man is the defense contractor, or if I become head of Universal and my whoever is an artist or whatever? Why would we think that the conspiracies would be any different? Just different titles involved, different amounts of money involved.
That's the beauty of this panel. We've had the perspectives so broad, and actually I want to bring it down into personal experience. What are some of your experiences with hip hop really touching people, making them think, causing them to act, and in short, inspiring them? Man. Just a few. Just a few.
I'm saying this because like the late '90s was my had a lot of nice experiences in the late '90s, man. I think the most important, I think to me to this day, the most important period of my life was from '95 to 2000, as far as my contributions as an MC to this community, this culture of hip hop, to this area of the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area, Maryland and Virginia. My involvement as a co-facilitator of an organization called the Freestyle Union with a sister by the name of Tony Blackman. We did a lot of stuff, man, it was just a lot of, I can see the fruits of it today. I mean, with Baye and Jabari, Human Prophets, I mean, these kids, we went into their school and they was like 14 and we freestyled and ran through their whole class. And, now look at them, his cast is nasty, it's beautiful when you see that. I get people that all the time, even in the studio, they'll come to me and, recording sessions, and they'll find out my name or whatever, and they'll be like, oh, you know what, I remember you. I think you came to somewhere and you spoke and you moved us and blah, blah, blah. And it's a testament that when, you've done a number of things and touched a number of people. I've had, a sister came up to me one time at a venue that has long now since defunct called the State of the Union on 14th and U Street. You know what I'm saying?
We all should have for that.
But a sister came up to me one time and after a show, and it was a piece that I had did, and she was just she had told me that her mother died or something like that, and it was and basically it spoke to her. It was just like really showed her a different side of life, like. You know what I'm saying? Like uplifted her, like, she was crying. Like at the end of a show, I'm nice off the Long Island and all that. I'm like, wow, trying to get myself together, like, oh, okay. Yo, this is serious. Focus. and just the fact that you touch people like that, and I think one of the biggest deals for me, there was an article in the Washington Post in '99. We were on the weekend section, me, Storm, and Kokai, Sub-Z. Quincy Jones came here one time and for the Millennium Celebration. And there was this kind of like a story that was known at that time that, I think a writer for them at that time, Eric Brace, had contacted me and was just like, Quincy's people want to talk to you, and, they, heard about you and blah, 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 and they want you to be involved with this Millennium Celebration. And it was like, oh, Quincy Jones. I was like, all right, cool, So, we go through the mall, they tell me, I drop off a CD to them in Georgetown, the Four Seasons, and never even stepped foot in the Four Seasons before. So I'm looking at that like, okay, wow, and then give them the CD. They're fine. They're like, oh yeah, it's great. Come meet us on the mall. I doubt if they even listened to the CD personally. So we, met them at the mall. Met Steven Spielberg. Blah blah blah. We will go into a trailer, and I see all these, these cats, and it's kind of a weird mixture of people. It's like okay. And they were like, well, and they're like, oh yeah, you're a priest, and we heard about you, and his assistant, we heard about you and blah, 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 and, heard you're one of the top MCs in the area and this and this and that, and we really want you to be involved in this and that. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I see them with these lyric sheets, and they're like, they're reciting this. I'm telling you, they're like doing this. They're like singing together in unison. It was so corny. Like it was like the first time you ever, like, I heard the lyrics sheet, actually, Dr. Jared Shawty. The lyric sheet said, written by Coolio and Shaquille O'Neal, son. That's what